Hello everybody, it's Carrie, the Schmidt house. In the kitchen this morning, taking care of some projects and stuff here in the kitchen. Our chickens are going crazy right now, laying a lot of eggs. Our 4 young hens we bought a couple of months ago, they're all laying now, so now we have 8 laying hens that are laying, and we have a few more babies in the that we're still keeping separated. They're about 2 months old now. They're still a ways out. But anyway, we're getting quite a bit of eggs. We're getting 6-7 eggs a day. They were piling up, so it was time to make some pickled eggs. So that's kind of what I did this morning. Made some pickled eggs. 3 jars there. And those are the Cajun style pickled eggs that I've made before, and I've got video of them, so if you're interested in how to make those, just look back and you'll see. I think the video is called Cajun pickled eggs. Made those about probably a year ago. Did really well. Got quite a few good comments out of them, and they're delicious. Those are the only pickled eggs that Andrea will eat. She doesn't like pickled eggs, but she really likes those. So yeah, well, so anyway, I was at the store this morning. I had to pick up a couple of things for that, and when I was there, I noticed I guess the guy that runs a little store, he was stocking some produce, and he was putting some cabbage out there, and I thought, man, I'm gonna grab a cabbage. I'm gonna make some cabbage soup. I've made cabbage soup before a couple of times. I don't think I've ever made a video of it. And I got to talking to the guy, and he goes, man, you need to try making some cabbage jambalaya. And I was like, what's that? And he goes, well, it's basically this cabbage like you'd make jambalaya. You just put cabbage with it. Your rice and sausage and shrimp in there. And I thought, well, I don't have any sausage, but I've got some, of our deer meat that we made this last year. I've got a lot of that, so I thought, man, I'll try it with that. I'm just going to kind of make my own little recipe with what I've got. I have made jambalaya quite a few times, and I've made shrimp etouffee a few times, so I know a little bit about that. I've got some recipes, but I'm not really going to go by a recipe. I'm just going to try to wing this and see what happens. So if it turns out, you'll see the video. If it doesn't turn out, well, you'll never know about it. Well, first of all, I'm going to get the browning the meat. I'm going to put the meat in the pan. I'm going to brown it. When it's just about brown, I'm going to add some onion, probably about an onion, and some bell pepper. Kind of cook that with it. And at that point, I'll probably at that point add some flour in there, a little flour to thicken it up, kind of like I would do when I made the etouffee. Made a little bit of a roux. See what else I have around here to put in it. I've got some garlic, minced garlic. I've got a can of diced tomatoes. I'll put that with it. Of course, the cabbage. I've got some shrimp in the freezer. Throw some shrimp in there. We'll just see how it turns out. We'll just put the ground meat in the pan and go ahead and boil that up, or brown that up. Get it part ways brown, and then I'll add the onions and bell pepper and let them cook with it. And also I put a little salt, pepper on this. Garlic powder, whatever you like. Okay, this is not a recipe, it's just something I'm throwing together here. I'm sure you can probably look something up and find something. I'd be shocked if it's like this, but maybe. We'll get this browned up part ways, and then we'll add the onion, bell pepper, get that all cooked, and then we'll work on our, make our little roux, I guess you'd call it, a little sauce. Basically the flour, I like to put that in most of my cooking anyway, thicken it up, flour or cornstarch. Okay, we got our meat browned, added our onions, added the bell pepper. You know, those onions are not completely translucent, but they're getting pretty close. They're close enough. I mean, they're gonna, by the time we put the water and by the time we get the rice cooked that we add in here and everything else, everything's going to be done. It's going to be cooked, and it's all going to be, flavors are all going to be melted together. So you really could just brown this meat and dump all your ingredients in at that point: rice, water, seasonings, onions, bell peppers. You don't really need to do it like this. I just do it. It's a wonderful smell. The smell right now in the house is just really great. But at this point, I'm going to go ahead and add a little flour here in the bottom. And I can't hold the camera and do that to show you, because I've got this new GoPro that Andrea got us, and I'm still learning on it. I'm not even sure it's recording right now, to be honest with you. This is starting to stick a little bit on this old pan. Worries me a little bit about the flour, but I think it's going to be okay. I'm going to add a little more oil, a little extra oil. Put my flour in there, mix it all up. Then dump the rice in the water. Put the tomatoes. Put the Creole seasoning. Probably a tablespoon of this Creole seasoning. Louisiana is what I have. There's several different kinds, or you can make your own. But with a cup of rice, you want to add 2 cups of water for that, and add a little more for the flour to help that thicken up. I don't know exactly how much we're going to put, but we're going to play with it and we're going to figure it out. I don't want it to be too thin. I don't want it to be too thick, but it's going to be what it's going to be. So I'm going to turn this camera off for a second and go on to the next step, see what happens. So okay, I've added the 2 cups of water, and I put 2 bouillon cubes in there. I added the can of diced tomatoes. Just what I had, 14-ounce can of diced tomatoes. I thought about putting some tomato sauce in here, but I'm just going to leave it like this. 1 cup of rice. And I may have to add a little more water if it gets too thick once the rice starts absorbing it. We'll play that by ear. Bring this to a pretty good little boil to get the rice a head start on cooking. And then we'll add the cabbage, close it up, and just mix it all together. May just leave it, add the cabbage, put a lid on it, and let it kind of wilt down a little bit, and then mix it together. But I notice it's sticking on this pot a little bit, so I'm gonna have to keep stirring it. It's looking really good, smelling really good. We'll bring you back for the next step. Okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and dump my cabbage right on top of here. I don't make a huge mess, spill everything. Looks like a lot, but it should cook down. Turn that down. We'll put a lid on it. We're just going to let it Let it do its thing. Probably cook that for, I don't know, 10-15 minutes, whatever it takes for the cabbage to kind of cook down. And then we'll add some shrimp in there. I have some frozen shrimp. Dump a little bit in there. And that shrimp doesn't take long, maybe 5-10 minutes, and it's good to go. So I'm having a lot of issues with it sticking to the bottom of the pan. So I added quite a bit more water. I probably have 4 cups of water in here now. It was looking good. It doesn't seem to be sticking anymore. So we'll just see how long it's going to take for this rice to get done. I think that's going to be the thing that holds us up maybe. But you know, I had to add more liquid, and if it's a little thinner than I like, it's not a big deal. I'll just add a little cornstarch with it, thicken it up at the end. But I think it's going to be just fine. We're going to let this cook probably another, at least get it up to a simmer and let it cook another 15 minutes so, and check it, and then we'll add the shrimp. Okay, it's been cooking about 10 minutes now. It's actually looking pretty good. Still sticking a little bit to the bottom, but not much at all. I may add a little bit more liquid and put the shrimp in there. I hope you guys can hear me. I know this thing's cooking, and I've had this vent put on. It's making all kind of noise. This is actually looking pretty good. I'm gonna add a little bit more water. Here's my shrimp. What I did, there's about a pound in there. I took those shrimp and I put about a tablespoon of the Louisiana Creole seasoning on them, mixed it all up, letting them set in there. Well, that's how I do the Cajun shrimp and rice that we have on Fridays. And if you watch any of our camping videos, you'll see that recipe on there, because that's generally what we always have. There we go. Wish I'd have put a little bit more tomatoes in it. Should have put 2 cans in there. That or not quite as much cabbage. This stuff is still cooking down. It'll still cook down a little more. We definitely have a pot full. But I'm going to go ahead and dump those shrimp in there. Let them cook a little longer, probably another 10 or 15 minutes. Cabbage is still a little bit not really cooked that well yet. You know, my mother used to make cabbage when I was a kid. Of course, we were poor, very poor. When she made cabbage, I don't know how she made it. I never really was a big fan, but when it's all you had to eat, you know, you didn't complain too much, because it was that or nothing. But she would just take a cabbage. I think she might have chopped up some onion with it, maybe a little butter or something, water, and she would cook it. And that's what we would have. That's all. That was our meal. It wasn't no meat in it or anything. It would just be just that cabbage. We'd get a bowl of cabbage. I used to put sugar on mine. I remember doing that. I don't remember exactly how she made it. Now my sister, older sister, she watches these videos. I know she does, because she's commented, called me out on it. And I bet she knows and remembers how my mom used to make it. She probably used to help her make it, because she was a lot older than me. So she would probably help my mom do some of the cooking when I was very young. I really don't remember that. But yeah, if you're watching this, and Debbie, you can comment on how Mom used to make the cabbage. It was just very plain. And anybody out there have any tips or ideas or suggestions on what I could do different, hey, let me know in the comments. I appreciate it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the shrimp in now and let it keep cooking. I'll bring you back later. Okay, it's been our shrimp's been cooking about 15 minutes. Let's see what it's looking like here. Oh yeah, they're getting nice and pink. Really, everything's looking pretty good. Very good. Well, I'm going to throw some on this bowl right here. One of those shrimp in there. We're going to give this a try. That's not bad. Wow, it's got a little kick too. If I'd had some jalapenos, I'd have put jalapenos in there, but you know, the girls don't hardly eat that stuff. I don't know that they'll eat this. They're going to say this is too spicy. It's not real bad spicy. It's just got a little bit of kick to it. But it's very good. I'm glad you were able to join us, and I hope you like this recipe. If you have any ideas or anything I could do differently, let me know in the comments. But you know, when you don't have to be a great cook to make something like this. Just throw some stuff together, try it. You don't like it, add a little of this, a little of that. Just use what you have. Only thing I did is I went and bought cabbage, and I wasn't even planning on it. Just happened to be at the store. I had it, everything else I used here at the house. I mean, I could have put celery in there. I mean, I think when I made the cabbage soup, I used celery. I didn't have celery, so I didn't add any. But anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions on how I could make this a little better or do something different, let me know in the comments. And if you make it and you don't like it, let me know that too. Hope you enjoyed this, and have a good day, everyone. God bless.